Hello? Hello?
Yo, what's good? Am I live? This is never going to get old. Yes, I've had this show for so many weeks. I'm always going to be like, am I live? Welcome to Television. Thank you so much, everyone joining us in the Zoom and everyone on Twitch. Also, shout out to Comedy Hub for doing this every Tuesday night. I'm very excited about the show that we are doing tonight. So we're just going to get right into it. I'm going to move directly to the question of the week because I think my answer is a little long. So we have a really good lineup tonight. The return of Joey Rinaldi, rather the arrival of Jerry Rinaldi on Zillavision. We're crossing streams on Comedy Hub. So if y'all don't know, Joey has his night. And now he's finally coming to a Tuesday night, but he late because Joey, hello, right? Anyway, real quick, the question of the week is, what is your top three favorite kids movies? And you know, you be asking comedians shit, they be coming up with like slick little like corny answers, but I want to get nostalgic with it. Like, you know what I mean? Don't tell me Citizen Kane, because you ever ask somebody, be like, what's your favorite movie? And they're like, oh, I really like Lawrence of Arabia. No, you don't. That can't be nobody's favorite movie. It could be a good movie. I went to film school. Don't get confused by the way I speak. I know my film theory, all right? I'm telling you right now, Lawrence of Arabia can't be your favorite movie. Citizen Kane can't be your favorite movie. You gotta pick something cool, like, you know, Star Wars, some shit that like made you giggle, tee and made you happy. That's what we're looking for tonight. What was the movies from your childhood that really set the tone? I got a lot of favorites. I was thinking about that. I'm gonna go real quick. I had to write it down. So my first, this one was tough. I had to put a Muppet movie. And there's so many good ones. You know what I mean? So, like, initially, I was like, yo, let's do the Muppet movie, right? Muppet movie. And I love the Muppet movie. The Muppet movie hit me the way the Bible is supposed to, I realized. You know, like, I be watching the Muppet movie, and I be like, yeah, I'm going to change my life. Like, you know, I want to live like the Muppets. Teamwork, make the dream work, you know? They could, let me tell you, if there was puppets at church, I'd go. Good puppets. Muppets? See, here's the deal with puppets. They can't be hard. Puppets got to be soft. For me to fuck with the puppets, they got to be soft and fuzzy, felty. I don't like these ventriloquist dummies. They can leave. They can go. But, yo, I fuck with the Muppets. My favorite Muppet movie is Muppets Take Manhattan. Which if you go, first of all, rats cooking for you, skating on little pads of butter. Come on now. What movie make... That's one of the only movies make rats cute. Also, because the guy in the diner says, people is people. And yo, people is, once again, scripture. Sorry. The Muppets better not start a cult. I join tomorrow, right? They'll be like, life's like a movie, cut off your family, you know? Anyway, second one, Iron Giant. This one's cheating because... Full disclosure, I was already type old when Iron Giant came out. But, okay, so Iron Giant, but it was because I used to babysit my nephew. My brother had a son young, so when I would push him around in his stroller, people would think he was mine. And I was even younger. So I was like 16 pushing around a kid that looked just like me. And people were like, what would you do if your kids were at home? You know, that City High song in their head. They were like, oh, my God. But yes, so Iron Giant. But I'm sorry, Otto. I'm sorry, Dark Secret. I'm sorry, Acolytes of the Fast and the Furious. But Vin Diesel's greatest role, frankly, is the Iron Giant. He says Superman. And I just weep like uncontrollably. It's anti-war, Iron Giant. Also, I've already talked about this because this is the type of shit you talk about on Twitch. Dean, which was Hogarth's mother's boyfriend, he could get it. I know this is what we talk about on Twitch, cartoons that could get it. Think I done learned about the internet real quick. Peter B. Parker and Dean from Iron Giant. Those are the two. What was and last is not really, I like it. I love the movie. Free Willy. Free Willy. You know, shout out to Free Willy for making people love them some killer whales. Everybody loved the killer whales when Free Willy came out. Also, that's the last movie that my parents took me to see before they got divorced. So I have this like emotional attachment, but that didn't mean they stopped going to the movies. Shortly after that, we went to go see The Fugitive, but they were divorced. So my mother kept saying, "Oh my God, Richard Kimball, he's so good looking," because she knew my father couldn't say shit because they was divorced. She used to just she'd be like, Tommy Lee Jones too, you know, just mama just throwing it at the screen in front of daddy. It was messed up. But honorable mention, I was also old when this came out, but have y'all seen Dennis the Menace lately? See, now I'm just going to come to you as a movie connoisseur. Dennis the Menace, directed by John Hughes. Yes, that John Hughes, starring Walter Matthau as Mr. Wilson. It's fantastic. You should watch it. Leah Thompson plays a mom. I'm sorry. That wasn't even one I saw when I was a kid. I just watched it the other night when I was like high, and I was like, this is great. Anyway, let's bring up our first comedian. If you are in the Zoom, please take a moment to, if you can, turn your mic on. Because, you know, the comedians, you know, I've given up on hearing laughs. That's what y'all did. Y'all broke my spirit, but it kind of backfired. You know, when they take the warrior and they're like, we must kill him, but they leave him for dead. Y'all not laughing at me on Twitch, like the audio and not in the Zoom has just made me a joke-telling machine. No, I'm messing with y'all. Turn the mics on, please. This first comedian, I don't know if you got the message, Joey, but we bumped you. Sorry, baby. Anyway, this first comedian, he has a podcast called The Sex Symbol Project. Give it up for Harrison Tweed.
Hey. How you doing? Do I answer the question first, or do I do my set first and then
do your set first, then we'll talk.
Okay. All right. I'm calling in between gigs. I'm currently living in North Carolina, which is where I'm from, which has been cool. It's been an adjustment from New York, where I've lived, you know, for most of my adult life. I'll be in these real country areas, and I have this Black Lives Matter t-shirt, and it's like, it's got Black Lives Matter on the arms and on the back, but on the front, it just says freedom. And it's just funny because like, I'll go to these like I'll be at a gas station in a real country area. And like, I'll just like be going in and I'll see this like real old, you know, like good old boy type looking dude. And he'll like look at me and cause you'll see that it says freedom on the shirt. And he'll like give me like, like he'll like tip the cap kind of to me. And then then I'll pass him and he'll see the side and the back and he'll be like, that's not the kind of freedom I'm interested in. So that part, that's weird. But it's cool. Otherwise we've, been around, you know, we landed here, but for a while we were staying with my girlfriend's folks in Maryland. We were staying at her aunt's house who helped raise her, and I got to meet her whole family. They're all very sweet people. Got to meet her 22-year-old nephew, and I love 22-year-old men. I love them. I'm just kidding. They're bags of shit, but he's no exception. You know, he's just you know, it's just because now I'm in my 30s. I just can't talk to dudes in their early 20s. You know, like he was talking to me because all their problems just aren't problems when you become an adult. You know, he's talking to me about how gross it is to have sex with his girlfriend when she's on her period. And I just got to say that is a boy complaint. That is a complaint for boys. Boys are worried about getting blood on their penis. Men worry about getting uterine lining out of their gums. All right. That's where and I'm sure some of y'all are judging me. Some of y'all are judging me. Sometimes you think you're eating jelly. Turns out it's jam. All right. You know, just pick out the people. Anyway. Yeah. But that's what it's like in a committed relationship as an adult. I was talking to all these single people and they're all excited because, you know, they can go get laid again for the first time of the pandemic. and I have all these male friends that are like, oh yeah, just like I fuck this girl, and it's like it just doesn't impress me, you know, like single dudes when they like have sex, like anyone can turn on a stranger, you know. It's not hard to turn on a fucking stranger, you know. Oh, so you turn someone on in a dimly lit cocktail bar. Oh, big whoop. How about you turn someone on in fluorescent lighting who is kind enough to just check you for hemorrhoids? Why don't you turn her on? You know, that's what I'm interested in. You know, like if you had sex with someone who's never seen you make a mistake. All right, well, how about you make somebody come whose dog you almost killed because you accidentally left out brownies, you know? How about you make her come, all right? I'm still see if he's a squirter, all right? Anyway, it's good to be it's been a pretty solid year. It's getting better. You know, presidents have chins again. That's pretty cool. That was something I just thought was like given. Like I thought the president had to look presidential. I didn't know they could look the way a Golden Corral bathroom smells. You know, but like, you know, like, and I thought there were qualifications to be the president. I thought you had to be 35 or older. Thought you had to be born in the United States, and I thought you had to make your wife come. But apparently, we just lost ourselves for 4 years. And look, I'm a Democrat. Do I believe George W. Bush brought us to war under false pretenses? Of course. But did that dude suck clit? For sure. Absolutely. He took care of Laura. Laura had a fine time in the Oval Office. She was doing great. And I know that's weird to say now because, you know, Laura Bush is this like, you know, she's a Christian woman. She's been the first lady, but y'all didn't know her back in college when she was Laura Landing Strip. That was she was firecracker. Damn. Anyway, it's been cool though. You know, comedy's back, which is great. Music is back. But I'm not as happy about that because I just like watching musicians in pain a lot. I think it's really good because they're just, you know, because comedians we're jealous of them. You know, their lives are just so much easier, and they carry themselves like their lives are easy. Like a lot of musicians I'll meet will be like cocky short guys, like you're cocky, you're short, dude. Like, look, and I don't have any issue with short guys. There's no, if you're short, you were born short. There's nothing wrong with being short, but don't have like confidence. You know, that's like, why would you? But anyway, maybe that joke is better live. Anyway, but I just don't like musicians, you know, because their just lives are easier, you know, like they don't get heckled, which is very frustrating. And I feel like we should be heckling them more because, you know, they lie as much as comedians. You know, let's just keep them honest. You'll like, how great would it be to be at a show and this like guy is on stage and he's playing guitar and he's like, this next song goes out to a girl that really broke my heart. And you just hear some guy in the back like, bro, you cheated on her, dude. You know, wouldn't that be great just to see that once in a while? Also, they get laid way more than comedians do. They, something you'll see is like a guy will get laid playing someone else's song. You know, that's not okay at all. I don't approve of that. You know, like a guy will bring his guitar to a party and just like start playing Blackbird or Wonderwall and just like fuck up the party for everyone that's not going to have sex with them. But then there'll be like one woman in the back like, oh, yes, nothing gets me wetter than a great man's words butchered by the laziest employee at Trader Joe's. I love it. Anyway, how much time do I got? Because
you have one more
minute. One thing I love music though. Don't get me wrong. I love music. I love rock and roll. I'm a big rock and roll fan. I love bands like Motley Crue. Motley Crue is great. If you don't know who Motley Crue is, it's white people's NWA. That's like as hard as we can go. Like NWA saying about like police brutality and like systemic racism, and Motley Crue was like bouncers. And, you know, that's like our And a lot of people have a lot of theories on why rock and roll died. And, like some people blame MTV. Some people blame like the grunge movement. But I blame the cops that beat Rodney King. That's who I blame on the fall of rock and roll. Because before that happened, rock and roll's whole image was it was just these dudes that would get on stage and they'd be like, you know who's the worst? Cops. You know why cops are the worst? Because they won't even let you party. And then the Rodney King footage came out and it felt like all the rock stars were like, oh, yeah, your problem with the cops is way worse. Maybe we're just going to go ahead and give this subject matter to hip hop and fade away for 30 years until we eventually become Imagine Dragons. Anyway, that's been my time. Thank you so much, Zilla.
You're welcome. Stick around for a second. Give it up first and foremost for Harrison Tweed.
Tweed.
First and foremost, I'd just like to say in defense of all the short kings out there, because I know, look, baby, you were like, maybe that joke works better live. You better watch out, Harrison. A short king will fuck you up, man.
No, I got that.
He'll hit you with the uppercut, but from below, he'll fuck your whole shit up, Harrison. Be careful.
I got momentum coming down.
All right. Awesome. Well, I know you got a show, so I'm going to let you go. But real quick, before we do, I'm going to ask you the question, but I'm going to preface it by saying the Twitch chat. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. We have some wonderful responses for your top 3 favorite children's or family-friendly movies. You got Labyrinth, The Care Bears. We got Fievel Goes West, and I'm also going to say American Tail. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Rats of Nim, which that movie was just about death. That's like Watership Down. That a whole generation scarred. Sandlot, Princess Bride, Monster Squad, Wolfman Has Nards, Teen Wolf, Little Giants, which, y'all, as a Puerto Rican, the annexation of Puerto Rico being the finishing move gives me a great thrill, just so you know. When I watch Little Giants, Flubber, True Beverly Hills, It's Cookie Time, and Rainbow Bright and the Star Stealer, which, real talk, I wanted a Rainbow Bright belt more than anything when I was a child. But Harrison, what were the movies that influenced you? So top three children's movies.
All right. So my top three is I think Lion King is a must because Lion King teaches kids about gaslighting. And I feel like that's something that they can take well into their adult life and their adult relationship. Boom. Because Scar comes out like, dude, looks like you killed your dad. It's like, don't listen to these people. When people have bags like that, when people have those dead eyes with bags, don't ever trust anything they say. Don't that. And look, I don't know where you guys are live. If you're in Bushwick, there's a lot of Scars out there in Bushwick, and they like come out and they're skinny and they wear rings, and you're gonna think like, oh, this guy's a nice guy. He's like a nice, cool, like he's gender fluid. Nah. That dude's gonna make you think you like killed your own mother. Like you gotta get away from that guy. All right. I gotta go with Tarzan because that soundtrack is fire. And that's probably
Phil Collins.
What'd you say?
Phil Collins. Someone said shout out to Phil Collins.
Shout out Phil. It also hit really hard because this is a little vulnerable, but My dad died when I was young, and he probably died a year before that movie came out. And the last thing he said to me that I could hear was, I'll always be in your heart. And then I saw Tarzan the next year, and the main song is You'll Be in My Heart. And I was just like, damn, and it just like fucked me up. So I was like, that's good. That's a good movie for kids going through trauma, broken home shit. Because there's a lot of or if you're adopted, that's a good movie about that. It's a kind of a movie about adoption. And then my favorite, this is like one of my favorite movies of all time. I fuck with Karate Kid really hard.
Yeah.
I think Karate Kid is the shit.
Yeah.
It teaches kids about how to stand up to bullies, and it teaches them that some of the cool girls actually do like the kid that's getting picked on. So don't give up hope. You could you can finger Elizabeth Shue by a Ferris
wheel. Oh my God.
She's the hottest woman that's ever existed is 80s Elizabeth Shue. She's worth watching the movie Cocktail for, even though that movie is a bag of shit. Just watch it for her because it's not even like sexual. She just looks like a beam of light. So watch all Elizabeth Shue movies. Anyway,
yo, that shit took a turn. I like how, Harrison, you start, first of all, if you are gender fluid, wear rings, and have bags under your eyes, and you're a short king, I apologize. Harrison went way too hard on all of y'all. He was like,
everyone.
You were like, you know who else I don't like? And the list just kept growing, Harrison. But, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing all of your choices. Yeah, they were great choices. Thank you for sharing that story with Tarzan, also warning us about dudes with scars on their faces. But once again, Harrison, before you go, will you tell us your Venmo and drop your socials?
Oh, yeah. So my Venmo is Tweedy Jokes, TWEEDY Jokes. And that's also my name for all my social media. So you can just find me. I'm not really on TikTok. I think I'm technically on TikTok, but I'm not really on TikTok. But you can follow me on there. Just,
Don't get your hopes up. He's not on TikTok. Thank you so much for joining us, Harrison. Once again, Harrison Tweed. Oh, right. I'm so excited. Also, Harrison, you seen The Boys before you go. If you like Elizabeth Shue.
She's in that.
Yes. Yes. So she's still hot.
I'm going to watch it. Yes. So, yeah.
Goodbye. I'm just advocating for older women, He's like, Elizabeth Shue was a beam of light in Karate Kid. Then she turned 30 and turned into a dark hole.
Oh, no.
Despair.
Hot since you're 200 years old.
All right. All right. Our next comedian, I'm excited. As I said, when it comes to the Comedy Hub, shout out to the Comedy Hub brand. This is a colleague of mine because he does a Thursday show. And I have to, real quick, we're going to play the second to last time.
You're going to play it?
I'm going to play. Of course I'm going to play it. Come on, Joey.
It was a beautiful song. So
not me singing. I sang to him. But before I sang to him, you see, y'all caught us in the middle of a lover spat. No, I'm kidding. But real quick, Jay, can you play the video for us?
Wait, am I doing something cringy? Please don't play that.
I'll never tell. Let's see if it can play.
Wait, I was not mad about this.
Or are you? Wait, am I freezing or are you freezing?
I'm not freezing. Am I freezing?
I'm a little biased towards bestiality.
No, we have a delay.
Am I freezing?
Earlier,
you're all good.
Joey said that my name sounded like a virus. Well, guess what? Joey, I am a virus.
Now he's frozen.
This was the Zilla takeover. Welcome to Zilla's new story show. Yo, this is like my hacker's dream from when I was young in the 90s. I was like, one day I'm gonna wear a fuzzy coat. This man has slammed the Colombian women, so I'm gonna go take over his show. Boom. Yo, like serial killer. That was my favorite of the hackers.
Before the show, I said I thought you were a computer virus. I need to explain this to the people on Twitch who are watching. I found out today that Zilla lives in New York. Didn't know. So I only heard of Zilla.
I've got a haircut.
Yo, word for word, this dude said, Zilla, I thought you only existed in the computer. Come on! what the fuck is that? I'm an avatar, Joey. I'm not real.
But I have tons of stories about women not being cunts.
This ain't one of them.
You stole the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, I got you. I'm a step ahead, Joey. I don't know if you can tell.
This is whatever we were doing before. I think we have to make this the new show because I fucking. By the way, wait, before you
Joey, but you have to buy me dinner first.
Can I live stream it to my mom so she knows I'm with a woman?
Yeah. Yo, but I'm sorry to break it to you, Joe. I'm 39, so a million grandkids ain't in the cards, you know?
Okay, well, I have a freezer. We can freeze some eggs ASAP.
My God. Joey, don't be putting out that Joe Roganism science. You can't freeze eggs like that, guys. Do not freeze your eggs in the fucking freezer like next to the Rollatini. Don't do it, please.
I'm kidding. We'll adopt. It's fine.
That was our... In 2 minutes, did I give you our entire history? He told me to freeze my eggs in the freezer. I sang to him last time I saw him. I cannot give him a better intro than New York's a big New York comic who's never heard of me. Give it up for Joey Rinaldi.
I don't even know how to start my set now. Zilla, I saw two of you on the screen at once. That's like my nightmare. Second off, wait, there's a train passing. I'm on the streets of New York right now. I'm sorry, there's a train passing. Give me a second. Second off, Zilla, you just like made a highlight reel of like the most cringiest things I've ever said, and I loved every second of it. You bring it out of me. And also, Zilla, you have to stop telling people that you're an old lady. You look like you're 16 years old. The only way people know that you're young, old, is by yelling that you're 39 every 5 seconds.
Yo, but I am.
So I'm gonna get into my act now, if that's okay. I have exciting news for everybody. Last time I talked to Zilla, I said I got fired. Well, I just started a brand new job. That's exciting.
Woo!
Which is good because before that last job I had, I was unemployed the whole entire pandemic and a whole year before that too. The pandemic had nothing to do with me being a loser. Like most of my friends are like, Joey, 2020 was a rough year. And I was like, what about 2019 and 2018? Life's never been good for me, you know? Like, I think I'm getting worse the older I get because like when I was in high school, I used to pretend to be drunk to fit in at parties. And now I pretend to be sober to fit in at work. And it's speaking of work, by the way, I actually just got asked to speak at my local middle school career day. And I know that like boomers, like Zilla, for instance, love to make fun of millennials for not. I just roasted you. Yes, I know you boomers love to roast millennials because like you say millennials don't have real jobs. I didn't realize how real it was that a comedian got asked to do career day. And then when I got there, I even asked the teacher who booked me. I was like, hey, lady, why did you ask a comedian to speak to the kids? And she was like, well, most of my students think they want to be like famous YouTubers and TikTokers. So I wanted to bring you in to prove to them that that's not a good idea. Which totally offended me. And I started the whole presentation by telling them, yeah, scared straight. That's exactly what I was doing. So I started the whole presentation by letting them know about my career. And then in the middle of it, I realized that most of them had more followers on Instagram and TikTok than I do. So it ended with me asking them for career advice. And that is my career day story. It's not going well. I didn't do well at career day. My life's a mess right now. I got fired recently. I got broken up. I just got dumped, by the way. And yeah, but the thing is, it was the same day I got vaccinated. So I was like, how did she know this is what I wanted all along? Like, I was just worth it to wait out the storm, baby. And the worst part about it was she gave me a gift when she broke up with me. I never gotten this before. She gave me a gift when she dumped me. And the gift she gave me was a 12-pack of Irish Spring bar soap. Yeah. So ladies, if you ever want your man to never forget about you, buy them soap that lasts for years, because every time I'm cleaning my body now, I can't help thinking about her. And I'm always thinking about her in the shower, but not for the reason you think of. And the fucked up thing about it was when she gave me the soap, she was like, don't worry, Joey, I didn't break my bank account getting you this because I use coupons. It's Irish Spring bar soap. At no time when someone buys soap, I'm thinking, oh, there's a big financial commitment for them. And I'm glad we're broken up with, because she was a weird lady. There's a lot of red flags about her. Like, for instance, Zilla, on our first date, she told me she believes she's a witch. like, potions and spells and riding on broomsticks. And her one request was, you cannot fetishize me being a witch in the bedroom, which offended me because I'm okay with missionary sex. I don't need kinky, like Harry Potter sex to get off. I want to know who was the last guy she dated that was like requesting this to make her tell me that she doesn't need witch sex anymore. And the funniest thing about it is that she actually is a kinky person. Like, she was really into like weird kinky sex, for instance. She read sex blogs where they give her advice on how to have better orgasms. So every time we would have sex, she would give me like tips and advice and new moves. And when I would tell my friends this, they'd be like, bro, sounds like you're banging a crazy girl. It must be amazing. And I was like, no, it's just educational. That's the only way I can describe the sex. You don't want sex to feel like school, okay, Zilla? Because every single time I didn't make her come, all I'd be thinking about is I'm not failing as a lover. I'm also failing as a student. And I had dyslexia and I had ADHD, so it's like PTSD from my past now. So I'm happy to be single. I'm vaccinated now. So I'm vaccinated now, and I'm happy about it. I'm excited to go on dates again. But I had a buddy who was like, bro, dating sucks because all these girls want you to buy them drinks. So what? I think men should buy women drinks because you women, you're so beautiful. You spend so much money on makeup to look hot for us men. The least the men can do is buy the drinks to make us look hot to you. That was like my one shot at being a feminist for you, Zilla. Did I win you over?
That was, so when you set up that joke and you were like, I think men should buy women drinks, I was like, oh no. I imagined 4 outcomes and you picked one that wasn't even on there. It was even better. So thank God, okay?
I knew what I was doing, sister. Don't you worry. But I'm happy to be vaxxed because before I was vaccinated, I went back home and lived with my mom. And my mom is a crazy lady. My mom, like, this is an example of how she is. Like, my mom always complains that my dad farts too much in the bedroom. Then she got COVID and lost her sense of smell, and then started complaining that she couldn't fall asleep without smelling my dad's smelly farts. So you don't know what you got till it's gone. That's a COVID lesson. But my mom, the worst part about her was she was mean to me the whole time I was there. She kept on telling me, she's like, Joey, your hairline's receding, you're balding, you're ugly, get out of here. So as soon as I got vaccinated, I did get out of there. And I began using Rogaine, okay? And I think the Rogaine is actually working because last time I went and saw my mom, she looked at me and she's like, you know what, Joey? You're just ugly.
Damn.
Improvement. I was like a little kid when I was home. I like regressed. Like, all I did was eat cookie dough all day. I think cookie dough is the best food. Can we all agree cookie dough is the best? I love cookie dough. I love cookie dough so much that if I was the person to invent cookie dough, guess what? The world would have never gotten cookies. I just would have stopped at cookie dough, okay? I love cookie dough so much that growing up, when my mom used to bake me cookies, I would have to yell at her, like, Mom, you burnt the fucking cookie dough. What is your problem? And my mom didn't want me to eat it growing up because it apparently gives you like diarrhea and you get salmonella and die from pooping. And my thought on that is, if you die from salmonella from eating cookie dough, that guy's lucky. He at least got to eat cookie dough. Yeah, that was the joke I had to tell to the kids at Career Day. They wanted one clean joke for Career Day. That was the joke. I hope you liked it. But but my feelings about cookie dough is like this. No, I'm not cookie dough, diarrhea. My feelings about diarrhea is like this.
What the
It's a lot like mouth herpes, okay? Because I would hate to have either of them, but the way you get both of them taste delicious. And okay, that was gross. I'm trying.
Oh my God!
You're freaking out right now. I love this. So I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying to eat less cookie dough. For 1 week, I tried eating vegan. And vegan, it makes you feel better. Like, your body feels better. So my thoughts about being vegan's a lot like the way I feel about putting a finger in my asshole, okay? Like, I know it's going to make me feel good, but if my Italian family ever found out about it, I'm out of the will. And that is all the time for me. I'm Joey Riddle, right? Is that
Yo, give it up for Joey Rinaldi. My little Tempest. You just stormed up in a bitch. And, with the same, I don't know I do know what it is about you. But real quick, before I talk to you about things, well, what are your top, well, let's do this the other way. So real quick, you told me you went from telling me I look 16 to calling me a boomer in very quick succession. Joey.
I only called you a boomer because you kept on telling people that you're fucking old as fuck. So it's what you asked for. You get what you get.
Way to victim blame, Joey. Not surprised there. But real quick, Irish Spring, Joey. You too young for this, but I need you to go watch an Irish Spring commercial from the 80s.
Oh, I've seen them, Jay.
They're hilarious. They're like
I
people.
told this story on my storytelling show, and Jay put up the commercials on my green screen. So as I was talking about the Irish Spring, people were just watching commercials behind my body.
Good.
So it happened already.
How many bars of soap was that?
12. So that's like 2-3 years. I don't clean off.
Yeah, the math don't check out on that. I think you need to decrease the years, my love. The math don't the math don't check out on that. For that joke could work. Also, okay, the witch thing.
She believes she's a witch.
Well, I mean, obviously she cursed you in some way, shape, or form. You're out here talking about. First of all, look, wait a minute. She was this, but you were saying sex blogs, right?
You read sex blogs. I don't know.
Okay, so I thought you said sex pogs because that's how old I am, and pogs.
What's a pog?
Sorry, generational shit. But my favorite, I gotta say, look, I've never had a set thrown at me, and and I'm saying this as this was great. You were like, all right, Zilla. So, fucking witches. All right, Zilla. Sometimes I say mildly feminist things. Did you hear that, Zilla? It was hilarious. And I was totally freaking out.
It's hard not to acknowledge the lady cackling,
Yes, yeah, of course. Yeah, because we're all witches, Joey, is what I want you to understand. Every single last one of us, Joey. Any woman who tells you she's not a witch is fucking lying, because it's all we dream about, Joey, being witches. But what I mean, Joey, is you a wild one, and you said some really sideways shit, and that's the freedom of speech, baby. But you, as always, I just hope you know, this is what I really propose to tell you today. We can never mate in real life. Ever.
Meat? You said meat, I heard mate.
No, we can, yeah. Once again, hear me from the top. Things are opening back up in New York, Joey. But we can never cross paths. So if you see me, you got to keep on walking. I ain't talking to you anymore. It's just better that way, Joey. Because what we have is that digital love for each other, that digital romance. But I would wallop you with a short king. No, that was Harrison.
So I'm Tom Hanks and you're Meg Ryan. I love this.
Yes, in the You Got Mail world, we cannot meet. But it's been rad. And also, guys, give it up for Joey. Joey, real quick, tell us what you've been up to. Drop your socials other than Thursday over here.
I'm the Joey Rinaldi everywhere. If you want to Venmo me, if you want to follow me, whatever you want, DM me. I probably respond.
Okay. Oh, real quick, top 3 movies.
So are these my top 3 movies, or what I think the best childhood movies are? Is what I think the best is, or just me personally? You
already told us about your mom giving you Rogaine, so let's keep it personal, baby.
Okay, personal, baby. It's a Wonderful Life. Are you kidding me? It's an all-timer. You got to put it on the list. If it's Christmas time and I'm with my parents, that's what I'm watching, bar none. That or Love Actually, because Hugh Grant's so fucking sexy. But that's a different conversation for a different day. Number 2, we're talking about The Sandlot. You can't go wrong with The Sandlot. The kid's adorable. And then the third family movie, the fat kid, I mean, but not Small. Smalls is not adorable. The fat kid, he's my guy. And then the third one, Beauty and the Beast. I can sing every song from that movie, and if you want, I'll break down in song. I'm not gonna do it right now, but call me up later. I'll serenade you with some little town, little private. I can't sing. But I gotta go. I love you so much.
So
And,
it's wait a minute. It's a little town. It's a quiet
quiet
village. Every day like the one before. Little town full of little people waking up to say.
If I wasn't on a street corner in New York,
Bonjour, Joey the Anthem.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Shit.
if I wasn't looking, I'm already like a crazy person. I was yelling about fucking anal and herpes already. People looking at me. I may get arrested. So.
Okay, Joey, we're not holding you up. We just said bonjour.
No, I know. I don't want to start singing because my singing voice is so bad that I'm already being a nuisance. That if I start singing, I'll ruin everyone's night.
All right. Anyway, it's always a pleasure, Joey. Thank you so much, Joey Rinaldi, guys. Joey Rinaldi.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. The Twitch chat ate that right up, Joey. You should see the comments. They are right with you.
I love you, Dark Secret.
Oh, yeah, of course. Everybody, come on now. Everybody love Dark Secret. Real quick, I have to say, I was gonna do time, and Joey kind of knocked it out of me. So I'm just gonna keep the truck moving. We're gonna go to this next comedian, and then I'm gonna chat with her after because I just love her to death. She runs a show called Give Me the Light. She's from Chicago. And, once again, what's so dope about this digital stuff is that I get to meet beautiful, wonderful people through Zoom. And that's how we met. So please give it up for Sonal Agarwal.
I'm overwhelmed digitally. First of all, people are talking shit about Zoom. I cannot even tell you how excited I was to get my ass home, put my little chin eyebrows on. Like, what is this? Why do I have caterpillars grow? I'm like, this is literally, it looks like my eyes are closed on my chin. And I was like, Zilla, I was talking about you earlier today, and I'm like, she's got this chair and these lights and like this microphone. Like, she lives in the computer. No. I'm like, she looks so good. And I mean, of course. I mean, are you a fire sign? You a fire sign?
I am an Aries. I don't know if that's a fire sign.
That's a fire sign, honey. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
39-year-old ass.
I don't know. I didn't know what sign I was. I know.
I'm 37, so I'm a little sis. I'm in my prime. Private number. It's a math joke. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Recording in progress.
Did you guys just hear that?
Yes, that was me by accident.
Okay. Yes, government. Whatever.
It's the government.
Legal now. Come get your sativa. Yeah, I started selling weed during the pandemic. I was like, I'm not taking the train. Just mail it here. And it's legal now in Illinois. It's kind of lame. It's like these kids will never know, like there's no evidence. I ate the apple. You said pog. You said pog. Then you said pog. I was like, oh my God, you guys, I butt dialed my brown friend in the middle of a fight with my mom, like a very intense fight. And she calls me back and she's like, yo, son, what podcast were you listening to? That was like so entertaining. I'm like, that was a fight with my mom, like a very intense fight. And she's like, you guys should do a podcast. And she goes, oh my God, it's a good thing you didn't call one of your white friends. They'd be like, I'm still on the phone. I'm not going to hang up till I know you're safe. I will be your savior. Child services is on their way because there's no number for adult services for your 37-year-old adult ass. They're coming. I was like, that was not a podcast. That was a for real ass fight. Yeah, it's been cool. It's been cool with mom. We've all got moms. She's like, anybody else going on blind dates? As in, is your mom trying to arrange your marriage? Anybody?
Oh.
Yeah, that's just like a real thing that is happening in my life. And she did bring me the short king one, Scylla. And I'm like, listen, if organically, if like love unfolds, but if you're trying to manufacture a roller coaster ride, you should at least be able to set the height requirement. You know what I'm saying? And like, I met this guy too, and the words that came out of my mouth were like, "What's up, buddy?" Which is, in my mind, I was like, "Oh my God, he's like a little koala. He could climb me. I could carry him like a little backpack. Climb me, little koala man, like the tree of a woman I am." And I'm thinking these things like, I'm getting aroused thinking I can't express these thoughts. It makes me, it sounds bad. You can't be calling short kings little koala men. That's not a compliment. That's not a compliment right now. It is a very powerful time to be fucking with white people. Everybody is just tripping. Everybody is tripping. My favorite thing to say, you see a white out in the wild right now, just anybody, you're like, yo, did I see you at the Capitol?
Damn.
And you gotta check this response though, because like if they're like, huh, then it's like, all right, cool, you good. You can call yourself an ally on social media. But some of y'all are doing too much. So I don't know who's watching on the Twitch, but I know everybody knows some whites out in the wild. And they're like, what? No, I mean, it was a free trip. Uncle Terry, I didn't go inside. All right, listen. You're like, whoa, that was a lot. That was a lot. Relax. Anybody, see, I can't really do this joke anymore. Anybody do Ramadan? No? Great time. Great month to have Muslim guests over during the day. You're like, you want a coffee? You want a tea? Not even water. I don't know if y'all. I'm Hindu. Actually, it's different. Anyone take like a world religions class in college? We're a monkey god, elephant god. We're very cool. Christ, Krishna. We don't give a shit. We don't judge people based on their belief system. We judge them based on how much money they make.
Damn.
And like this is so crazy because even when I was mad little, my mom's like, listen, I don't want you going to the neighbor's house, to the other brown bitch. She didn't call her brown bitch. I don't know what she called her. She's like, don't go to that other little brown bitch's house. No, she didn't say that. She's like, we don't want you going to, and I'm like, why? And she's like, it's because of politics. And I'm like, we haven't gotten to that chapter yet in social studies. So like, I don't know what that is, but she has a trampoline. So
yeah.
Is politics as big as her trampoline? Because it's a big ass trampoline, okay? So, what? She's the only other girl that looks like me at school. Like, oh my God. Yeah, no, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. And now what's happening? It's really bad. What's happening in India? And people were. I'm like, I don't know what to say, because in the beginning, it was like, oh, it's not that bad. And here we have the Brown Kellyanne Conway, Vina Agrawal, my mom, fake news central, and she's like, in India they have so many viruses, so many disease, COVID-19, 20, 21, 22, nothing. It's fine. And now I'm like, I wish I had video footage to play you back to yourself so that you can see what I'm dealing with all the time. This is nothing that... Yeah, my mom is, she's mom. They're all, and then how am I doing on time, Zelzilla?
Oh, you have time still. Do one more. Hit us with one more thought. Come on.
My very dear friend, she is a white woman. She's a very good friend of mine. She went psycho Karen mode today. And this morning, she poured coffee on someone on the train, a person of color, because he elbowed her on the train. And I'm learning about this through a series of WhatsApp messages that she's leaving me. And now I need to figure out a way to tell her, you a psycho ass bitch. You a psycho ass bitch. Because y'all, the story, and this is the bit that's hilarious to me. She goes, I get on the train, and this guy, I sit down, and this guy's elbow is like into me. And I'm like, can you move, please? And he's like, no, you can move. So I escalated the situation, and I poured my coffee on him. And then he attacked me. And he started to hit me. And I'm like, that's
Oh my God.
you are a psycho ass white woman. Go tell all your other ones. That is a counterattack. And that shit happened today. And so, like, I don't even know. She's like, take your time. You don't have to respond to this right now. You know, I know you're busy. You can call me later. And I'm like, at least hit a bitch up for her Venmo if you're going to put her to work.
There you go. That
It
is
took me a very long time
exactly.
to compose that text.
No. Oh no. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, now Sono gotta do it, man. Just give it up for Sono Agarwal, guys. Woo! Okay, yes, no, that was, oh man. Someone said, was it iced coffee or hot coffee?
Hot.
No, that's assault. That's but yeah.
The police, there are so many layers to the police were involved. And she's like, so I lied to the police to like save myself. I'm like, you were fucking, but she's like, but then I could hear him and he was fully lying too. And then she goes to work and she's like, she's late. And her boss is like, I was on that train.
Oh my God. Whoa. That was that. Y'all are hitting me with the stories that be taking a turn. My goodness. So no, can you tell us a little bit about your top 3 before we close out? Your top 3 favorite
I feel so deeply connected to you in this moment when you were talking about the Muppets.
Yeah,
I was like, I almost burst into tears. And that shit, the Muppets Most Wanted, that's a newer one with Ricky Gervais. And Kermit gets replaced by the evil mastermind. And he's like, I am Kermit. And the Muppets are like, you don't sound like Kermit. And he's like, I have guff. And they're like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Kermit's like in the gulag and he's like, my friends are probably worried about me. And I was fucking crying. I was like, no, Kermit. Oh my God.
No,
And,
Kermit is bae. I gotta. So no, you're dredging up some old shit because my first crush was Kermit the Frog in the little trench coat on Sesame Street with the breaking news. He said, Kermit the Frog here. And I used to be like, oh, it's my baby. Like, he was my boo.
Okay,
So-
I don't mean to be bringing this tea to this sacred space, but I don't know if you know, but Kermit broke up with Miss Piggy, and now he's dating some bitch named Denise.
Yeah, it's a pig with a weird nose. It's a whole thing. I'm
You
too
got like
enmeshed.
Asian eyes.
I am enmeshed in the Muppet drama.
Okay, I should have known who I'm talking to.
That's what I mean. I'm fully aware. So the Muppets, right? What's another one?
Rescuers Down Under.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because that shit is like, oh, we gotta go down under, eh? You know, that's not a very good Australian accent. I'm sorry to offend all the Australian fans watching on Twitch right now. But that shit with like the golden eagle and he'd like release the eagle. I remember I get those like chills, you know, and you'd be like, and then he'd like fly and all the animals. I'm like, oh my God, I love that movie. And that bad guy was bad. That shit was scary. The poacher? Woo!
Yeah, and Bianca and Bernard are like couple goals, you know? You wish you had a little dude with a little hat. You know, I'm basic. He don't even got to wear pants is what I'm saying.
I'm like, I fuck with gender, though. What about Bianca and Bernard, right?
Yeah. That's what I mean. I'll be like, am I be a part of a throuple? My God, I've been so horny for cartoons this whole Zillavision. I'm sorry, y'all.
And my other one, you were talking about, which one was the one you were saying is anti-war? Iron Giant. Trolls. Have you seen
Is Trolls good?
Bro, I have like a whole, we could do a separate Zoom call. I have like a whole, it's like these two societies living next to each other, and one's literally the bad guys want to eat the trolls, and Princess Poppy is like, people want to go to war with us? Let's teach them how to dance. And I'm like, oh my God, that's how I would fix war. Dance party.
Yo, shout out to Trolls for making Sono get the look at your eyes is glistening talking about Trolls. I'm gonna cue that shit up right now.
One of the bad guys is like, do you think I could feel happiness? And she's like, of course, it's inside all of us. And I'm like, I love psychedelics and this movie.
Oh my God. Okay, I guess I gotta take mushrooms and watch Trolls. So no, first and foremost, thank you again for joining us. You want to drop your socials? I know Give Me the Light is moving to live, right?
Oh, it's so exciting. Our last until the weather gets better, who knows what's going to happen with this world. But we're doing our last Give Me the Light tomorrow. And then Carmen is coming to Chicago. And she's going to start a live thing in New York. It's amazing. It's like people had real babies, and this is our baby.
Well, fantastic. It's a wonderful show, like packed room and also just great laughs and great lineup. So tomorrow, catch Give Me the Light. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Shout out to Comedy Hub. Shout out to Harrison Tweed. Of course, baby Joey Rinaldi. Sono, thank you so much for joining us. Tonight marks the last night on a Tuesday. We're going to be switching to Mondays. In June. I'm very excited to make the switch. We'll be at 7 ET. Also, I wanted to take a moment because I think it's important. Today marks 1 year of the murder of George Floyd, and I know some people told some jokes about like Black Lives Matters and things like that, and I want you to know, for me personally, Zilla of Zillavision, I know there's lots more work for us to do, but I hope that you think about this today, just even for a moment. Take a moment and think about it because it's very important. And I feel like it was something that really galvanized us. And I hope we hold on to a little bit of that. But anyway, I'll see you on Monday soon. I love you all. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Dark Secret, J.D. Smith, everybody. Ali, Deluxe, you're all wonderful. Thank you for joining us in the Zoom. Hi, Daniela. And have a wonderful night. This has been Zillavision.
Hello. Hello.
Wait, am I freezing or are you?
Wait,
am I freezing or are you freezing?
I'm not freezing. Am I freezing?
I'm a little biased towards bestiality.
No, we
going
have
on?
a delay.
Am I freezing?
Earlier,
You're all good.
Joey said that
Who is
my name sounded like a virus. Well, guess what? Joey, I am a virus.
Now he's frozen.
This was the Zilla takeover. Welcome to Zilla's new story show. Yo, this is like my hacker's dream from when I was young in the 90s. I was like, one day I'm gonna wear a fuzzy coat. This man gonna slam the Colombian women. So I'm gonna go take over his show. Boom. Yo, like serial killer. That was my favorite of the hackers.
Before the show, I said you were. I thought you were a computer virus. I need to explain this to the people on Twitch who are watching. I found out today that Zilla lives in New York. Didn't know. So I only heard of Zilla through Comedy Hub.
Yo, word for word, this dude said, Zilla, I thought you only existed in the computer. Come on. what the fuck is that? I'm an avatar, Joey. I'm not real.
But I have tons of stories about women not being cunts.
This ain't one of them.
You stole the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, I
You know
got
what?
you. I'm a step ahead, Joey. I don't know if you could tell.
This is whatever we were doing before. I think we have to make this the new show because I fucking. By the way, wait, before you
Joey,
go,
but you have to buy me dinner first.
Can I live stream it to my mom so she knows I'm with a woman?
Yeah. Yo, but I'm sorry to break it to you, Joe. I'm 39, so a million grandkids ain't in the cards, you know?
Okay. Well, I have a freezer. We can freeze some eggs ASAP.
My God. Joey, don't be putting out that Joe Roganism science. You can't freeze eggs like that, guys. Do not freeze your eggs in the fucking freezer like next to the rollatini. Don't do it, please.
I'm kidding. We'll adopt. It's fine. Wait, am I freezing or are you? Wait,